are friends are friends are friends of friends. Friends are friends are friends are friends of friends. Friends are friends are friends are friends of friends. Friends are friends are friends are friends of friends. Friends of friends of friends. Friends of friends of friends. Friends of friends of friends. Steampunk Giraffe Hour.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fine episode of Steam-Powered Giraffe Hour.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Steam-Powered Giraffe Hour.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Steam-Powered Giraffe Hour. Can you hear us? Oh, man, I always worry that they can't hear us, and we're just talking to no one. Well, this entire time.
It doesn't worry me, because it's fun to like put words into our mouths while you're
We
watching
left
us.
the air conditioner on because it's hot.
You don't have to explain yourself to them. Hi there everyone, today is August 23rd. Today's episode is called Trunks. Tronks. It's a word I made up.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be a theme throughout the episode. So every time you hear the word trunks, you owe me $5. I'd like to start off by showing this piece of fan art I found in the apartment. It is by Jesse Lee, and it's some sort of steampunk mosquito.
That's not going to focus, is it? Hold on.
Just kind of cover. Jesse Lee drew the. Oh, I'm probably really loud right now. Jesse Lee drew this. And we may actually start showcasing some fan art on Steam-Powered Giraffe Hour.
I don't know
So-
how we're going to because you can't even see it. There we go. It's too bright.
Well, thank you, Jesse Lee. Let's put it in the vault. Would you do the honors? Put it in the vault.
Do we have a vault?
Shh, they don't know.
How about
that.
over on the table where we found it?
Okay. So yeah, boy, my trunks sure do itch. Let's see here.
Gotta pay up.
How's everyone doing today?
Sam.
How's everyone doing? You alright?
Good. It's really hot. It's hard to try to be motivated to want to work and yeah, it's really hot.
That's why we're leaving that AC on. So, go ahead.
Lamp is what causes the heat. No,
Yes.
I would say it's the heat in general.
I'd say it's
world.
all the body
hot.
hair. Like
It's pretty
all
hot.
the
I
many
don't
inches
really
of body
have
hair.
much body hair.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I could have told you that.
How do you know? Oh.
Well,
I do walk around the apartment without
That's true.
shirt on a lot.
Sometimes it catch you without the bottom half on either.
No, you don't.
So I guess we probably talked about this last episode, but we can reinitialize Metacon into your brains for those who live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is kind of a weird name for a city and state. MINN prefaces at the beginning of each.
It's a lot of M's. You're right.
And what is up with Minnesota? What I mean, is that like those 4 ounces cans of Coke? Is that where they? I'm looking for answers.
Not gonna find it here.
I'm pretty sure it's a real place.
Yeah.
We'll be performing it.
We'll find out, I guess, if the airplane is going to some sort of void. Yeah, so that's going to be August 30th through September 1st.
We'll be there next week. We'll be there Friday to Sunday.
Our show is Friday at 9 p.m. And then we have a panel, I think, on Saturday. I'm not sure what's going on Saturday. I mean, yes, we have a panel on Saturday. I'm not sure what's going on Sunday, besides church. You can maybe find us in the video game room, because they're going to have a video game room.
Yeah, they usually have them. This is the same people who put on Anime Midwest, so
They're not going to have video games.
you'll know. You know you're in good hands when you're at a convention put on by the same people that did Anime Midwest.
Oh, is that how you know?
Well, we know at least. That's
That's a tip for you guys. So maybe you'll find us in our fleshy forms in the video game room. I don't know what else there is. I guess, yeah. And then, so, after that, we have another gig. I'm not sure the date. Didn't write it down. But it's at Roxy Theater in LA.
I believe it's September 8th.
September 8th in Hollywood at the Roxy. We'll be playing with the Dread Crew of Oddwood.
That's $14 online and $16 at the door. It's going to be a different kind of show for us because Dreadwood of Oddwood, Dread Pirates of
The Dread Crew of
Odd Pirate.
Oddwood.
Dreadwood of Odd Pirates are kind of more of an adult band for the bar scenes.
There is a disclaimer on this event where
Yeah.
that band does have some profound language.
Profound?
So is that right?
Yes. They're a very profound band.
Profane.
Profane, thank you.
Profane. English is not my first language.
Well, they're gonna be profane. We're gonna be profound.
Okay.
So you just got the bands mixed up, not the words.
But, so if you got youngins, don't come to that show unless you're okay with them hearing swear words. We won't be swearing, but there you go.
Roxy Theater, I think, has been around for a while. It has
Some history. It's got a
does.
lot of... I mean, that's the last place that John Belushi was before he died.
Oh.
So,
yeah, our dad, I told our
that's
dad
cool.
about it, and he was like, whoa, the Roxy. I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I own
That's
nothing.
got... I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff
That's
that
where
happened
people
there.
go to die.
No.
So,
A lot
I'm
of,
sure our fate is sealed. We're...
Huh? That'll be great on our tombstone because we're gonna share one tombstone when we die.
But anyway, we'd like to thank the Dread Crew for inviting us to perform with them at their show. So thank you guys. I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Check them out on YouTube. Are they the ones?
It'll be our
Yeah.
be our final show before we twilight into the icy grip of death.
I didn't really like any of the Twilight movies.
Really?
I mean, there was snow. Definitely, it was icy, but
They had that, but they have vampires and werewolves, all those stuff you like.
what?
Men-
Man, all the
menstruation.
things you like. See what I did there?
What?
High school, all over again.
What?
Oh yeah. I have the girl that clips Carlisle's nails. She's like, oh, his name's Carlisle. Did you name him after the character from Twilight?
You're like, boy, did I! I'm sure I'm a big fan of those movies.
That's very accurate. Actually, I said Carlisle wasn't named before it was a character in Twilight. One of my
she was like, "Oh, so you're just an ass."
So you're a jerk. Okay. I'm gonna cut your nail. Okay. Anyways,
I'm gonna cut your quicks off. We don't have quicks, do we?
I don't care.
We do not have quicks. We do not, do we?
Well, they're kind of not. They're different from animal quicks. They're just
Yeah.
flat.
We have a lot of quips. We're pretty smart.
Okay, let's move it on. We're just wasting so much time now.
And we got a lot of time and not a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
true.
this is a very pathetic list.
Well, you know,
But
I
they
have
have
this
words
too.
for
We're halfway done. We're halfway done.
Okay.
Hang in there, guys.
Well, here's the reason why we've been kind of busy lately.
Really busy.
Because we've been working on our next album. It's in pretty heavy production mode.
We're in full swing. We're working on it every single day,
Yes.
except for today because we had to steam our draft hour.
I'm tired.
But it's okay. One day break is fine.
Well, actually, every other day we get tired from working and we take a break. So
No, we work every day. I have not stopped working.
It's been.
it's been a learning experience for me.
It's really hot.
How has it been a learning experience for you, Sam?
Well, I've never worked with a group on something in creative, and it actually has really sparked something for me. And I don't know, I really am enjoying myself.
You know what I've learned? I learned that we kick ass when we come together and do something. We really get the job done, and the
Yeah.
product is shaping up to be really good. And
Oh no, it's
that's not
gonna
a
be
joke.
epic. I mean,
I know where you're going with this, and I'd love to move into your room. I'd love to share that space with you.
that
Love
room
to
is a
share your
sauna.
creative
That's
space.
part of my problem. It's just way too. There's an air conditioner in this room.
Let's
There's
mix
nothing.
body heat. Let's
There's
mix
nothing
our body
in
heat.
my room.
most of the work I do is at night, so it's a little cooler.
Excuse me, but
My room's a sauna. There's a big window and it just catches all the light in there, and it's just terrible.
Because the windows on our apartment are facing the wrong way, so the sun's always in it.
Yeah,
most houses I find today are not built to allow the natural air into your windows because they're just modular and they're like, well, we'll just take this building and rotate it and we'll
Yeah.
fit another one here and won't think about where the sun rises and where the wind blows. So
I think this place was built in the 70s, so
They didn't understand that the Earth
No.
was not the center of the universe
I think
back in
the
the 70s.
architects were just doing a lot of cocaine back then. That was really going around. The 70s were a bad time for architects. Let's not get into it. Anyways, cocaine's bad, by the way. We're not talking about specifics because we don't want to tell you that that steam-powered giraffe is from the perspective of a fly being swallowed by the giant metal giraffe and traveling through each individual organ of it. But what tasks have you been doing daily?
For me, it's been a lot of laying down the chord structure, which pretty much is completed. Recording melodies, harmonies that we have to do. We kind of work independently of each other too a little bit.
Kind of do, yeah.
It kind of sucks to have to be together, to someone hitting record and someone in the recording booth. So we kind of jury rigged it here, where someone could just stay in the recording booth themselves, which turns into a sauna as well. So most of us take off our shirts and we're just in our underwear the entire time. At least I am. I don't know
Is that
about
what
you
goes
guys.
on in the recording booth? Because
Well,
I always find
I've stripped down too. I will admit, because it's just
I'm just like
it's
and
you're
then
already
like
hyper focused and you're
and
trying
then
to
you get back
answer
in
song.
and you're like that's one of our songs. I don't want to spoil it for you, but that's one
Yeah,
of the
you just
melodies.
gave away the chorus.
And then you're like I almost passed out a few times in there too because I'm doing a few takes and I don't realize you're just breathing all this carbon dioxide out over and over again and you bring it back in and
it's
really
not
weird.
ideal.
you're kind of suffocating yourself
you do,
inside the
you do.
recording booth. We don't have any central
It
air
is
inside
convenient
there.
though to have the recording booth in the same place that you poop and sleep.
It's a lot faster to
You can take a poop
record
and you
it.
can go from pooping and sleeping to
Is that what that pile is in there? I keep stepping on the
going
squishy
right
pile.
in and just recording.
You just fill your pillowcase with poop and you got.
Well, I've been
pillow.
laying down in my bed a lot and just complaining about the heat. But I've been, I've also been working on the art with Sam, and
Yeah.
you've seen some of the work if you watch my live streams. I don't really say that that's album art, but you can kind of infer because it looks like it.
You just-
dimensional.
Yeah,
But there
that's
you go.
okay.
Not just album art. Some of it is also other stuff.
There's other stuff, but yeah, I have a lot of art to do. It's a lot of work, and in addition to the recording and creating the album, we did our photo shoot for the new album, and
Yeah, I mean, think
It's a
about
lot of work.
every aspect of the album is something that we all have to think about. At least discussing and then, actual grunt work of making the layouts and all this other stuff. But I mean, this has been a nice art experiment because we've been kind of working back and forth.
Yeah, completely different than how most of our other stuff was done in the past before Sam joined us. So
it feels like there's a lot more camaraderie, and I don't know. It's good. Things are getting done.
we feel like a team now instead of just
Not a team.
not a team.
Instead of a bunch of eyes.
Right. I don't know. Yeah.
We're kind of always we're always kind of trying to put the individual kind of second, it seems, these days. Now it's like
You have to. It's
there's a
Steampunk
lot of
rap.
it's like we're writing a lot more songs that are very group centric. I mean, there are the moments, which is great, but there's a lot of songs that have a lot of us doing stuff and interacting with each other, and it doesn't feel so much like a one man show every other song. If I think even the songs that are just heavily David or Hatchworth or me, it's like
There's totally songs like that where
it still feels like the other robots are like they're serving more of a purpose and not just playing instruments, more connected to the songs. I don't know, at least for me.
Well, we'll let them be the judge once they buy the
Right.
album.
This album is definitely focused on robots singing.
I think this is just an overall thing for if you have a project you're working on. What's been kind of helpful for us is just setting goals and building a timeline using a calendar.
Google Calendar.
Google Calendar.
Google.
Set yourself a calendar date and just start working on it, and you'll know exactly. You have to schedule yourself.
Even if you want to schedule the most remedial thing, like get paintbrushes organized by this time, begin to fill cup with water for watercolors here.
I'm
Even if you do that stuff.
actually behind. I need to catch up today. I need to do 2 face cards and I need to do
Whoa,
some
whoa,
album
whoa,
art.
whoa.
Don't give anything away.
The engineer tiers already know about it.
Well, they don't know.
Well, some of them might.
Can't talk about anything. As soon as I have something to say, it's like, nope, sorry. That's
Yep.
not what the SPG hour is about. It's not about talking about SPG.
No, you keep to the funny jokes, and that's what this is
Yeah.
about.
So there's a pile of poop somewhere that,
Just,
that we sleep
just
in.
look pretty. That's all they pay for. I don't know. Hopefully this works.
What do you got next?
Working on solo projects and working on SPG products. I guess it's kind of I already touched on it,
Wait,
but
on products or projects?
Projects.
I guess they're all products.
Solo projects? What do you mean by solo projects?
well, like art or songs or both. What?
The
Came
screen
back
just
in.
went off and then
Okay, the cable on
save.
it is really wonky.
I went over it. Turned back on.
It seems to me like personally I'm getting a lot. I feel the most productive I have for a long time because I'm working within a group environment
Yeah.
on a creative thing.
And we have a deadline.
And we have something. We have steam powered draft, which is a known
It's-
quantity.
It's nice, yeah. You're not taking it all on yourself. It's
And it
nice
feels-
to
it does
designate.
feel nice.
Yeah.
And
Because you don't have to motivate yourself every day because there's other people that are there doing stuff. So it's kind of like, oh, you're part of a team.
yeah, sharing part of the efforts.
You don't have to be. You don't have to bring your enthusiasm every single day just because someone else is going to be bringing theirs, and then you'll just be inspired.
I think
by
that
them
might
to
be a
work.
unique thing sometimes, probably just to the chemistry that we have. Because
Well-
there's other times in the past where it hasn't been that way.
Yeah.
Usually it's
Yeah.
like there's one person or two people that have to constantly come up with the energy to drive it forward. And now it kind of feels like, you know, when I'm not motivated, it's like these two are going, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, we've been enjoying this experience so much, and hopefully as soon as we get done with this album, Mark III, we'll just move on to the next one.
Yeah,
Just
so
started on it.
So we don't have to wait
I'm
a year.
I'm kind
you
of
know?
afraid that if we stop, we won't even. There will be no other album.
We'll
we'll
retire.
just be like, we're done. That's no. So if we could,
We're gonna coast back on this one.
we're
It
planning
was
on
a
going
masterpiece.
into to the fourth and fifth album like right after. Like,
I mean, this next album's gonna be great, but the album after it's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
And the one after that's gonna be okay.
I don't know. I think the one after the next one is gonna be pretty good.
I'm thinking
I don't know.
the next album's
I'm
gonna be
pretty
good.
excited for the next one.
I'll
Pretty
see,
much,
you
they're
know,
all gonna be
whatever.
awesome. At least we're gonna enjoy them. Whether or not you like them, you'll find out. But we're gonna love them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all based upon people purchasing our goods and stuff. That leads me to my next topic. Art as catharsis.
That's a big word. You're gonna have to explain it for some of our less intelligent
Some
viewers.
of the people out there
And
might
me.
not understand.
Some of the
what
people
that would be.
on the other side
the
of the
Bennetts
camera.
don't understand.
Catharsis is like a self-indulgent.
Maybe.
It's like a heart condition that you need to take pills for.
Catharsis is working through some sort of inner turmoil.
Okay.
It's the process by which
How
you...
is that anyway? What I said? That is not
Art. Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
said self-indulgent.
Self-indulgent and like yeah.
It can have... self-indulgent has a bit of a negative
Yeah,
connotation.
you're right. Okay, so
Well, I have always thought of art as a catharsis for my own personal self, and now it
Therapeutic.
seems therapeutic, yes, in a way, and kind of what are these weird feelings I can't put into words and stuff and ideas. And so it was very interesting to switch that dynamic to steam-powered Giraffe, when at first I couldn't find that, but I definitely have found that catharsis to be... I don't know where I'm going with this.
What? I use art as a tool definitely to cope with a lot of stuff or express. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
yeah,
It is. And steam-powered Giraffe, it seems like there's just another layer of kind of candy coating on that catharsis, whereas it's more digestible, but if you just look underneath it, you'll probably
Yeah.
find the true catharsis of the person who is creating.
That's what's
which
kind
is
of cool.
The
It's
group
like,
mentality.
It's like
too.
a theme, and then there's kind of like there's all this stuff that you might get that's more easy to kind of see in a band that's not themed, but you kind of have to look a little deeper.
And I think this next album is going to have more of a positive, something positive about it, because we're as a group, our catharsis is working together and learning to enjoy that process and create and grow, hopefully. So hopefully that gets conveyed in the long run.
if our albums, you know, are really creative and they're get popular enough, we'll make more money and we'll be able to eat a lot more.
That's
like
a-
expensive food, so
true.
we'll definitely grow.
we will grow with wise.
I'm already going to get started on that when I go home.
We're gonna get so
I'm
much
like-
goiters.
I'm like having, man, I just want like a juicy
thought they were
steak
called
or
Lucas's.
something. I just,
Goiters?
I'm obviously not getting
like
enough
a Lucas,
protein.
you know, you got a big old Lucas on you?
No, that's that Mexican candy.
Oh.
Lucas, the powdered stuff.
Oh,
that makes
he
sense.
turned over the Star Wars trilogy to Disney, so we could all have movies.
Speaking of Disney, we
We got contacted
got
by them.
contacted by them recently?
It's funny. As I did a stream and I offhandedly remarked about Disney and like said, hey, they kind of sent us another email because some people who have been watching my streams for the last 3 years have known that in those 3 years Disney has contacted us like very vaguely, like a couple times.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I said that, I was recounting it. They sent me another email and it's for another gig, but we can't do it. Turn down, but you know.
Sorry, Disney, we're already booked.
They're trying to swallow us
They were
up
trying
like
to book us
Marvel.
for Halloween, and it was like, well, you know, maybe where were you a couple months ago?
They want our IPs is what they
But
want.
honestly, Yomicon we're doing that for Halloween, and we couldn't be more excited.
Well,
so.
I just like the idea of turning down Disney.
Well, it wasn't exactly Disney. It was Downtown Disney, which is a little
Well,
different.
Don't spoil the dream for me.
Downtown Disney is not really
Hi.
Disney.
Yeah,
It is
Walt?
Disney, but it's you know.
Yeah, you can shove it, okay, buddy?
You know what's
Walt's
weird?
crying.
The Disney Expo. The Disney Expo. The Disney Expo that just happened in August. I looked at like what their program was because I was like, oh, what are they gonna do? And then there's all the entertainment was people from downtown Disney. It was like, you know, if we did get a spot, you know, you
Ip Man?
can move on to
Ip Man.
corporate events,
From
to
the Grandmaster.
expos. So
I'm not familiar.
cross your
Taught
fingers.
Bruce Lee.
Cross your fingers.
I'm not familiar with that movie.
Bruce Lee's dead.
I'm
okay?
scared.
It's
Taught Bruce
Too
Lee.
soon.
Ip
too
Man.
soon.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
great.
get it. Don't worry about it. It's not for you. It's for
Is that
them.
a movie or
every
something?
time I have something
It is.
important to say,
Hitman comes in.
Punching Sam in the shoulder takes precedence. So,
He's not making contact. He would never punch me because he knows I'd, knock him out a good one.
But that's okay, I'm just talking about Disney and that, we're gonna have lunch with the Incredibles, but
What?
I guess that's not important.
Incredibles can wait. We're doing big things.
Why haven't they made a sequel to that? Does it make any sense why there's no sequel? There's a sequel to Cars. There's a sequel to sequel to Finding
be as
Nemo.
good.
They didn't want to do those. Disney made them do those.
Cars was crap, and they're like, well, let's make another crap movie. Incredibles is not going to be as good as the first one.
I don't know if it's just action. I mean,
Brian Bird, he moved on to do Mission Impossible
no,
movies.
he can totally do it again. He came back. They hired him because he had the action.
Wait, who did
experience.
the?
He also did Ratatouille.
Is it
He
Brian
came back.
Bird?
He did.
Yeah, he did Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
He was
was pretty
Ratatouille.
good. The one on Mars.
John Carter. That was the guy who directed Wall-E, which
That was good
very
too.
underrated movie. Since
Yeah.
we're already talking about movies,
Yeah, that's
movie time.
movies and games. Well, and games. Ding,
game.
parentheses.
we have the game zone. What's the movie? Is movie time? Does it seem as cool as the game zone? Maybe it's like the movie.
Game zone.
Goovy, or
The movie bucket,
Mame.
or the movie,
Yeah.
the movie bench, or the,
Okay,
the
whatever.
movie chair,
the movie fist.
Doesn't matter.
Get punched in the mouth with the movie fist.
the movie
And the game is a pat on the head.
shoe, the movie shoe.
The white fist.
Actually, that was
movie.
pretty cool.
Yeah. How'd you do that?
How many gifs are those gonna?
Man.
I like your sound effect is like farting with your butt cheeks open.
Oh, that wasn't a sound effect that he was making with his mouth.
Oh, it's all for show.
You guessed the origin completely.
The
Moving right along.
Kapow!
Hadouken! That's a reference. I don't even know if the uppercut is Hadouken.
Hadouken? Or no, it was the other one. Hadouken? Hadouken?
All right.
remember.
What? Anybody? You guys been playing any games or movies?
Yeah, I have.
Well,
Out of the way.
You start. You're on. Starting from right to the left.
I'm playing a lot of games. I still haven't finished The Last of Us, but I'm close. I just haven't had much time. I recently played Saints Row 4, which is awesome. It's really cool. It's like you're in the Matrix.
How big is your main character's boobs?
Not important. Hey, if they got a slider that says sex appeal, I just feel like it has to be all the way over the right. There's not much I can do about it.
If they market that game into a country where like boobs aren't the important thing, like small feet are, let's just make their feet like really
Yeah,
tiny.
pretty much. Well, whatever. Anyway, Saints Row 4 is not for non-mature people. I mean, I like it because it's like a lot of customization, and then it's pretty funny and over the top.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the Bureau, Declassified, XCOM Declassified.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. I don't see what some of the negative reviews are coming from.
It looks cool.
It's pretty fun. I mean, there's
Nitpicking.
Nitpicking, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, no, I enjoyed those two games. Those are really good. I'm enjoying those.
Yes, I wish I would. I can't buy new games right now, so I've been playing Dark Souls. It went down for a while, and I'm still playing Dark Souls. I don't know. It's like the only game I want to play when I look at my
they're
list.
making another one.
Yes, they are.
New one.
Very true. I can't wait. Dark Souls. Do you ever want to play Dark Souls?
I don't know. I don't think it's really my type of game.
No, doesn't seem like it.
I'm not gonna say that it's difficult. It's just you have to be cautious, and then you'll be fine. I was fine because I looked around corners and I just made sure, check my tactics. But that's all I've been playing. I haven't been playing any other games.
I've been playing Guild Wars 2 not as frequently recently because of all the work, but I picked up Disney Infinity, and I like it. It's definitely really cool. I haven't played that much, but I like the whole toy to game, and then that the whole game is basically just a toy box, which is great. It keeps that kind of that your toys are coming to life, like Indian in the Cupboard. But yeah, I don't know. It's a step in the right direction, and maybe Disney will stop putting out so many terrible movie games, and if they just put every time a movie comes out, they just add it to this game. I think that's a much better.
Sounds like a solution.
It is, yeah.
You
It's great because
try
they made a
putting it-
Lone Ranger playset, which I bought, and because even though that movie didn't do well, it's there for eternity. I will be able to play as Tonto for as long as this game goes around, and it's not like if the movie game came out, it'd be like, oh, this movie was terrible, the game's terrible, no one ever thinks about it ever again. But now Tonto is in every game that I want now, so that's great. So
Weird.
I enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
I thought the movie was great, and none of you saw it, so thanks. Now I don't get another cowboy movie. Thanks a lot. Everyone.
You look at Pirates, the original one, especially the second one too. It's like it's just they're about the same caliber of movie. They really are.
Yeah,
they really are. They're
It's
not.
the same director. Same.
There's just no. I don't know why people were so hard on the Lone Ranger.
I just
Anyway,
wasn't impressed.
Well, you know. Anyway, you
The
can,
Lone Ranger himself, Johnny Depp, like upstaged him, and the movie's called Lone Ranger.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
And his teeth were super white. He's like, oh, stop smiling.
Anyways, you can read more about my Disney Infinity stuff on the blog. I'll be posting shit about that.
White people. Can you, have you tried putting a Spyro character onto,
I think it opens up a portal or something that.
bring like Spyro the Dragon into, you know, Incredibles?
You know, he's like a secondary on Skylander. On Skylander.
On the new one, yeah. There used to
He was
be
just a marketing
Spyro.
ploy because they needed some sort of insurance.
Yeah.
Now that he's still in the game, but he's
That's a good point.
secondary now.
Spyro the Dragon. I don't even know if he has a theme song.
No. He was voiced by Elijah Wood. And Gary Oldman
Really?
was in that game too. The old Spyro games.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really crazy, actually.
I never played them. I played the first one when it came out in like 98, 99.
And I could never beat the last guy.
Spyro Dragon?
Yeah, the first one.
Hmm.
You had to cheap right.
No wonder why you couldn't beat Dark Souls.
You had to
Can't
run
beat
in
Spyro the Dragon.
circles.
He was really hard. Games were harder back then. They just-
And you had to just keep, and you had to get a few off them, but it was just tough.
So before we talk about that one, what other movies have you seen? And up until now,
Saw Kick-Ass 2, didn't really like it.
I didn't get to see that. I got to see the.
we can talk about movies we didn't get to see. No, we didn't.
I saw when I was in Chicago. I went and saw the live stream of Riff Tracks. They did Starship Troopers. Those are the guys who did Mystery Science Theater 3000, and it was hilarious. I think it was one of their best Riff Track live events that they've ever done because everything they were just spot on, and
Yeah.
it was like all the jokes were hilarious.
It was. You said it was a live stream.
Well, I mean, it's like
It's
it's
sold out.
Fathom
It's
event.
sold out in San Diego. I was disappointed.
Should buy
yeah.
tickets in advance. I bought them like 3 weeks in advance.
Starship Troopers is a good movie. I think.
It's it's.
I
Corny.
liked it in high school.
Yeah, it's pretty corny now that you watch it. Like, yeah, I can see how I'm making fun of this. You don't notice how much things age, and you're like, this looks like it's from the 90s. And that's weird.
Well, son of a gun.
It's weird to think about because when I was in the 90s, I didn't think that things
Yeah.
looked like they were from the 90s. But now I'm like, wow, everything looks like it's from the 90s. Anyways, I saw that.
Kick-Ass 2. You were not fond of it.
Didn't really like it.
Didn't hold up to your expectations.
I don't know. It's just there's not much more you could really do.
I was really hoping Jim
for a
Carrey
sequel.
was.
He was. Jim Carrey was the highlight. He was also just one of the smallest roles in the film.
Ah, that's a bummer.
So, it's all right. I'd wait for video, but, we all saw The World's End last night.
Yeah, we saw The World's End live. They did a live stream before the.
Yeah.
I got
movie.
free popcorn. Your ticket included free popcorn. These two idiots didn't get their free popcorn.
I got a
didn't want
sausage
popcorn.
baguette, and I didn't want popcorn. I don't really like popcorn.
I had eaten food beforehand, so I was
like,
didn't
it's
want it.
free popcorn. I mean, that was just.
I just
I
don't
could
like
use more
popcorn.
popcorn.
Now,
You
see,
could've given
maybe
me
if it was
gifts.
vegan and air popped, I would have got it.
It
but-
was.
You know it was. It's totally air
Well,
popped.
okay, maybe if it was free, I would have got it.
Yeah, it's
none
just
of those
waste. Don't you waste?
No, it isn't.
Experience.
I don't want. Why
I could have had the
shoving your
popcorn.
gullet with food?
You could have
that
given
doesn't-
me the popcorn.
Now,
It was a small popcorn.
This was
You don't need it.
interesting.
I do need it.
Wasted calories and salt.
No, there was no salt in the popcorn. It was vegan. It was just
You didn't need
just
it.
popcorn
You
and
didn't
olive
need it.
oil.
You didn't need it.
I don't know.
I did need it.
You
I
did.
really did. There was not enough.
Should have got yourself a sausage baguette,
I
like
did.
Paige and I did.
I did.
Page 8 one too?
Yeah. We're all sausage baguetting it up in there. I got chicken apple.
I got chicken apple too. Yeah, and the barbecue sauce because
I did not. I got.
Holy
I
crap.
get it plain. I don't get any added stuff on it. I get it plain to enjoy the sausage.
I hadn't eaten anything all day, so
Weird.
it was like it was the best tasting
What,
sausage
plain?
baguette ever.
No, that we're having this conversation.
Why?
Why didn't you eat your free popcorn?
Why
did you get a sausage
Why?
baguette?
Stop the presses! What are we doing? No free popcorn. You didn't get a sausage baguette. What's up?
I'm leaving this film if you're not going to eat your popcorn.
You should have eaten your damn popcorn. You should have gotten it. It was free. You paid for it basically in your price of admission.
You-
They charged extra for that live event.
You ate-
and you could have gotten it.
I didn't pay for it. David gave me the tickets.
It was because I bought the tickets, not knowing who I was going to go with, and Gab was out of town, and then Sam was the next person, and then
I'm your number
Steve-
2?
Who's
You,
Gabby?
yes, at least you weren't Steve, number 3.
Who's Gabby? Is that like a ventriloquist puppet that you? It sounds like a little ventriloquist puppet that you pretend goes out of town. It's like, I can't do it tonight. I just fingers at the arthritis. Hey, everybody!
But
Ryan
Steve,
Gabby!
Steve was third. I invited him, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to go.
He was like, nah, I don't like to have fun.
He was setting up our D&D game, which we had to cancel.
Which we canceled because I have an interview.
Oh, that's fair. We got a lot of work to do.
You know,
Did you like World's End?
Yeah, World's End was awesome. I liked the 15-minute.
I thought it was great. I thought the live stream was
interview
great.
they did.
They
I
were
laughed
funny.
harder at the live stream than I did at the
They were
the
funny.
movie.
It was pretty funny. They were pretty funny. They're funny guys.
And it was cool because you'd go in the theater and then you get to you Twitter the questions they can maybe answer.
They only answered
They-
like 3 because they were goofing around
yeah.
the whole time.
Well,
but-
every answer took like 10 minutes to
Yeah.
respond to. But what did you ask? You
I said,
something.
"What's in store for us after this movie?"
Yeah, I was really excited. I really wanted to hear like you guys gonna
But
keep making movies.
It
or is
was
this-
nice to just hear them goof around too. So.
The director, I can't remember his name, but he's doing
Edgar.
He's doing Ant-Man, which is going to launch the, what are they calling it? The Tier 3 Avengers
Yeah.
movie. So after Ultron, Avengers 2, Ant-Man will be the first movie after that. And if you saw the test footage, it looks pretty awesome.
I didn't.
And if it's supposed to
Didn't
be
know
a little bit funny and a little bit serious,
Yeah.
but you know,
Well, if anybody can do it, it's gonna
he's
be
a
that
small guy and he's beating up giant people. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, I was a little off put by the fighting, and sometimes some of the subtler stuff was not.
What about the fighting? Was off-putting.
It was just like these, drunken, 40-somethings are doing all these karate moves and stuff.
Yeah, I thought
It was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, oh, okay, it was cool. It was well done.
Same director that did Scott Pilgrim, Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah.
Hot
Fuzz.
Fuzz.
Edgar Wright. I feel like
Alright.
it was. I feel like it was better in my mind than Hot Fuzz, but Shaun of the Dead is still like the best. But no, they're all really good movies.
I like them all.
I think it gets 3 bags of popcorn, one from each of us.
Or for the people who didn't.
Why don't you
Eat-
give
eat
me
them.
give me?
No,
two
that
bags
goes to
of
the movie.
popcorn.
2 bags of popcorn, then you eat yours.
3 bags of
Over there.
popcorn, 2 sausage wieners, 2 big wieners. Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was funny.
I also saw some movies on Netflix, which I must talk about. On David's recommendation, I saw Dead Snow, and I agree, it's really good campy
It sounded
horror movie.
so heartwarming.
I like what they did with, it wasn't. It was original under the guise of campy unoriginality. So,
I think it was somewhat in the vein of like Cabin in the Woods.
in that it takes something and kind of turns it on its head, right?
Yeah.
Like an idea.
Let's not. You still haven't seen either of these yet.
No,
So-
I saw Monster in Paris.
Oh, you saw that?
It was all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It was a
Kind of,
French
it was
movie.
pretty original though.
It was a French movie though, right?
You could tell the low budget. It was very predictable. The plot was. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a little kids movie. It didn't know how to find its humor. It was very not funny.
I feel like that's maybe a lot of French culture stuff. Maybe.
Maybe.
And I feel like it would have been better
It
watching
looks
it
like
in
they
French.
redid it, re-rendered everything so the lips would be
Yeah.
sync up.
Really?
This was English,
yeah, because it was
That's
a French
crazy.
movie. Yeah.
But
Whatever.
yeah, the music was really cool in that movie.
Yeah, I
Monster
like the
in Paris.
songs. It was cool.
And the monster design was really cool too.
Yeah.
I also saw Dread for the first time.
Yeah.
I
I
got-
saw it in theaters. But
I really liked that
It
too.
was really
I
good.
really was satisfied
villain?
by it.
It's good to see her
Yes,
again.
yes, she was great. Very solid movie. A movie I didn't even know was on Netflix. I just randomly typed in Dread because I was like, I hope it's on Netflix, and it's
I didn't
on
even
Netflix.
know it was. Wow.
I watched it today before.
Sweet movie.
It's a good
Really
movie.
sweet.
It's very underrated.
Solomon Kane is also on Netflix.
I still need to see that.
A very solid sword movie with like action. It takes place in the 1800s, and it's a famous character made by Robert, the guy that made Conan the Barbarian. It's got really good acting and an interesting story for a B movie, and it's cool gore and stuff. And in that same vein, I also recommend Ironclad, which is like a European medieval take on Seven Samurai. So if you're familiar with that storyline,
The
it's really
anime
cool.
Samurai 7 or
No.
7?
No. The old movie from like the 60s.
It's the same story over and over again. They reuse that.
It's they do actually. It's seven. It's
Yeah.
a basis of a lot of. Yeah, you know. What am I talking about? Ironclad. It's really good. I was actually Ironclad out of is really shocked. Was really good. I really recommend it. I had like an emotional reaction to the movie. Anyways,
What are some future movies that are coming up that we're all excited to see? I'm excited to see The Grandmaster. It's getting good reviews.
I don't know what that is.
In a World which I can't remember. It's one
That's
of the.
out, isn't it?
It is out. I'm gonna go see it as soon as I.
Oh, yeah, I
there's
wanna
a
see
chance.
that.
What is it?
It's playing at ArcLight. It's
The girl from Children's Hospital wrote.
She directed,
Oh, yeah,
wrote
yeah.
it,
I wanna
and
see
I
that.
think Rob Corddry is in it. And
That
all these
looks
other
I want
guys.
to see that. I like all those people.
It's basically like she becomes an announcer for like movies or
She
something.
wants. She's trying. She's a
something like
woman
that,
trying
yeah.
to get into a man's field. You know, a typically man dominated.
I hear the Butler's like doing really well, so I don't know. Maybe
Not
I'll see
familiar with
that. I wasn't familiar with it either, but it was stealing the box office a week or two ago.
I will say that I am interested in an indie game called You Sir Are Being Hunted.
I saw you add that to your Steam wish list on Steam.
It's an open world, randomly generated terrain, and you are placed in it, and you're hunted by gentleman robots in
Is
like
it
a British
2D?
landscape. 3D.
3D, wow.
And you're surviving, and you're stealthing around, and you're trying to find pieces to like a time machine. All the while, these scary robots with like muskets and blunderblusts are coming after you, and
Blunderbusts?
what is it called?
Blunderbusts?
Blunderbusts.
Blunderbusts.
So I'm excited to play that. I
Blunderbusts.
think it's coming out. The alpha version is coming out soon. So I'm down to start playing that. As for movies, I don't even know what's coming out. I'm really not.
Grandmaster.
Everything's
I don't even
kind
know-
of
what
come
is
out
that?
already.
What's
I'm
Grandmaster?
excited for Thor. It comes out right when we're in Youmacon. We won't be able to see it because that's the IMAX release.
Solomon Kane has kind of a similar story art to Thor. Sort of.
Oh.
I recommend that.
It looked interesting. I definitely want to check it out.
Grandmaster's about Ip Man, the guy who trained all those Kung Fu legends.
There's a movie on Netflix called Ip Man.
Yeah, those are the earlier ones. It's same kind of story.
Okay.
This is just a different one. I think Martin Scorsese produced this one.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean.
It's a name to put on the movie, I guess.
He
But it's
gave a
getting
lot of
really
money.
great reviews.
Okay.
And
okay.
I'm all for seeing slow motion Kung Fu stuff.
All right, so this is where I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I will give you an example. My question for the band is, what movie would you like to see made? Would you like to see made into a game, and what game would you use to describe the said movie game? And that's kind of complicated, but you'll see. Steve's example was he would like to see Avengers adapt into a 16-bit era side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Stupid. Okay, next.
And the alternate, the vice versa of that, is you would like to see a movie version of Raw Diotta stories, made into like a cheesy swords and sorcery type movie. I don't know what Raw
I
Diotta
don't know
story is,
either.
but that's an example.
Yes, Steve. Those will definitely. Those are viable.
Mine are, I would like to see Life Aquatic turn into a team-based first-person shooter like Counter-Strike, and it'd be like the Life Aquatic or Team Zissou versus the pirates on like the island, and they're trying to rescue. So it's like Counter-Strike, and you do things, whatever. And the opposite would be an anti-hero hero movie, like action hero movie with Duke Nukem, because you don't really like Duke Nukem, but he's pretty badass, and it'd be a pretty fun movie, and he can like die at the end and stuff. Because I don't know, I always like that. I like that Duke Nukem 3D. Maybe it's just me. Not for the adolescent qualities, but I thought it was really interesting three-dimensional world to be in. And I like that. I think the character could find depth, but they didn't do that for this recent Duke Nukem game. So, does anybody else want to have a go at this? I thought it'd be
A movie into a video game.
yes, and then give them a little explanation.
It's tough.
No?
I would say, I think that an obvious one is, why haven't they made the Harry Potter games into an MMO?
Very valid. They're probably working on it.
Yeah, how about this? Like, it takes like, what, 4 years to get through the classes in Hogwarts?
4 years, he says. 4
Something like
years?
that?
Try 7.
Okay, so
7 years.
So 5 years it takes. So every time you
7 years.
it takes 5 years in real time that your character ages. So it's a game that's just it needs to last at least 30 years to have any worth.
So basically, it's like everybody plays as Harry Potter, so it's like a Hogwarts filled with 7-year-old
I think
Harry Potter.
I think it can. I guess that makes sense. They would have that. How would they do that? They would have to like create some NPCs just for the first couple of
Yeah.
decades, just so it looks
Oh, you know
like
what it
there's
would be?
older kids kind of.
Your character would support the Harry Potter character, so he'd be there and he'd be aging with you. But you'd be getting mission quests from. He's like,
And it's like Daniel Radcliffe like today doing the voice, and it's like,
Hey.
hey fellow friend, I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
that's a very accurate impersonation of Daniel Radcliffe. Dead on.
And then as he ages,
Hey there! Let's kill some horses. Let's stab them in the eyes.
does he kill horses?
Yeah, in that play, he did that play at Q or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Hey, Dumbledore, you want to stab some horses? I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, there you go.
I
That's
was
my suggestion.
I was thinking this is probably more obscure, but like a Peter Pan video game. Hear me out.
No, I'm done. Goodbye.
Hear me out.
Unless this is Hook, I don't.
No, hear me out. Okay.
If I can't be Robin Williams flapping around in tights, I don't want to play.
I want to be the genie from Aladdin.
So it's like an MMO, maybe like in Vain of Guild Wars 2, but you log on and you're a kid in Neverland. So you can be.
So you're lost. There's all these lost.
You're a lost player.
There's thousands and
yeah.
hundreds of thousands of lost.
It'll be
kids.
it'll be instance, and then
What?
you can fight pirates, and you can like gain your ability, and eventually you'll be able to fly like Peter Pan. Awesome.
What if you're able to join the pirates as a fan?
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
cool
yeah.
too. That could be
I
another
like
one.
that.
Little kids join the pirates.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
they age or something? I can't remember.
Well,
how that
it depends on
works.
how they go in. So you could be like, you could be a teenager, I'd imagine.
Then you always do. No one ages in Neverland. Is that how it works?
It's true.
So Captain Hook is like forever. He was an adult when he entered, so he's.
He's an imaginary character.
Yeah, I don't know about the pirates.
No, he was like the bosun to
Let's
Long
try to-
John Silver,
let's-
vice versa, or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Let's
He
try to
was
think of
a
a
real
logic
person.
for Peter Pan.
He was real.
There's a.
still the real man. Come on.
It was weird. Peter Pan's.
I'm
like,
gonna meet him someday.
in there. You got to read the original
Long
books.
John Silver opened
It
up a
talks about
restaurant. Come on. These guys are real guys.
that. So that'd be really cool, right? And then you can fly around, and that's like, I don't. That's
No, it would be cool.
Now I want to eat at Long John Silver's.
And then everyone would have
Just to, like,
Rufio
wear a pirate
haircuts.
hat.
Everyone would have like Rufio haircuts, and they'd all have those
This
skateboards.
tastes
No,
like,
you come
this
into
tastes
Long-
like the.
You come into
the
Long
book.
John Silver's with like a little sword and you're dressed as Peter Pan. You're like, I've come here to steal your booty. And you come stealing food off people's
You
plates.
get imaginary food?
Oh yeah, you're like, oh.
Rain!
No, when you go into Long John Silver, there's this weird fishy smell, and there's a bunch of old people. Only old people eat at Long John Silver's.
Oh man, we're gonna get so much hate mail.
Because who likes fast food?
We are gonna get the worst hate mail.
Fast food, seafood. Nobody. Nobody except old people. It's the same kind of people you see at Red Lobster.
Red Lobster's not fast seafood.
No, it's just it's like the Denny's of the seafood
Okay,
kingdom.
you're right.
I don't know. I haven't been there. I
I'm a
think I went
seafood
there once
connoisseur.
before I became a vegan.
When I was in Chicago, this is off topic. We were talking about food.
How was
somehow.
Chicago?
Whatever. Anyways, it was fine.
Did you try the pizza?
I did. I had a deep dish pizza.
I don't know what Chicago people sound like.
I don't know.
What'd you
I think
ask your
you're doing it. It's
sister
pretty good.
being?
Yeah, try the pizza. It's a Chicago pizza.
They all don't have
Stop
they don't have
it.
bones in their necks, so they just kind of.
Yeah.
Shot pizza.
I did. I went to Illuminati's. That's not what it's called.
Wow,
It's called Illuminati's, and we had a deep
Illuminati's.
dish pizza there. It made me feel sick because obviously that's a lot of grease and
Yeah.
whatever. At least I got to try it. And then I just ordered room service the rest of the time.
He's
They had
still
like
pooping out the grease.
they had
Very
organic
sensitive
options.
stomach.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I stayed at a hotel
Oh.
where the
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
Wachowskis were filming their next movie, Jupiter
Jupiter Ascending or Jupiter Rising. I always forget what it's
Jupiter
called.
Ascending.
Jupiter's
It
getting
stars.
big.
It stars.
I guess Channing Tatum.
The finest actor
Not
of our
only that,
generation.
I think Edward Stark. No wait. Edward
Whatever. They were filming that a week before I got
he's
there.
in there.
And
Sean
so
Bean?
That was
Sean
really cool.
Bean.
Jeez
He
Louise.
plays a Han Solo type character. And guess what? You'll never guess. Mila Kunis is in it too. So
Yeah,
you know
they
it's
were
gonna
gonna
be.
they were gonna be there with Ashton Kutcher too. It was weird.
I don't care about Mila Kunis.
I don't know.
Does anyone care about Mila Kunis?
Eh.
Should she just retire from acting already?
As long as she can keep doing Meg on Family Guy. I just don't really.
Yeah, I just.
don't really care to see her in anything else, unless she's playing Meg.
I'd like to see a movie where I actually like, wow, I enjoyed that. But instead, I'm always like, wow, this is terrible.
All we have is Ted and
I
the
liked her
Wizard
in
of Oz thing.
I liked her in Dumping That Girl movie. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I guess the more realistic the movie is,
Yeah.
she kind of plays. It's kind of like what's his name, that Mark Wahlberg. They gotta play really
What?
down to earth people. Otherwise, you just don't buy it.
I don't know. Max Payne was a terrible movie.
Yeah, you don't
Well,
say.
that was a very realistic story.
I don't. Why is Ashton Kutcher playing Steve Jobs? That doesn't make sense to me.
It's not even very realistic. Isn't that what the people said? Now we're just complaining.
Is it?
How much time we got left?
15 minutes.
We got plenty of time to complain some more.
Let's go to some questions. We could talk about entertainment forever.
Wait,
Fan responses.
Okay.
We can do that.
elbow.
we didn't say what game I wanted to be a movie.
Do
Oh
it.
yeah, do it.
You didn't say what game.
Clive Barker's Undying.
That's a good one.
That would be good. I really like Lisbeth and all the whole family is like a bunch of like freaky looking poltergeists.
That'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be really cool, really scary.
That's a good game. I would like
Yeah,
to
like
play that.
one of the brothers, he's like a painter, but he's like all skinned and stuff, and he's like missing a jaw because he was murdered horribly, and he's
Yeah.
like he like stalks the house. I mean, the graphics are kind of dated right now, but it's still
Obviously,
like such a
yeah.
cool game.
I just remember you could shoot a flaming skull and then shoot it with your pistol and it blows up.
And then if you,
basically like-
hold the skull, it starts
It was
like
before System Shock.
talking
Bioshock, all
demonic
that
to you.
stuff.
Yeah,
No,
it was
it
really
wasn't.
cool.
It wasn't before System Shock.
Not the
It,
original.
it plays kind of like Bioshock, except you can shoot your gun and
Maybe that's
cast
what
spells at the
inspired
same
it, though.
time.
I think it was maybe before Half-Life, maybe. Maybe after Half-Life.
It was
Was
after
System
Half-Life.
Shock? It was before System Shock?
It was after both of those.
System Shock, yeah.
It came
System
out
Shock came
like
out.
2001.
System Shock 2 came out before Half-Life.
Never mind.
Play Clive Barker's
I
Undying.
don't
If you,
remember.
it's really dating now, but it's still like a cool story.
Yeah, it was really trippy. I mean, like going into like the undead, and, like the ground is breaking up, and I was really scared by it.
It was
pretty
fun. I liked it.
Cool. A solid yes, that would be good.
It would, and
Well
you
done.
could
Well
get
done.
Clive Barker to work on it, because there you go.
That's what he did. That's what he does. Movies. He did Hellraiser or something. I don't remember. So I have this segment called Fan Questions. Woo! Thank you, David. So
I don't know what that was.
last.
Gotta get those nervous ticks out of your system. It's better that you let them out in like routinely, otherwise they'll build up.
You better be jipping this. No, it's anyways, fan responses. Thank you for responding. It occurs to me that some people probably don't have Tumblr to respond, but I suggest you get Tumblr because it's free and
Yeah.
and if you use the tag, other people can look at it besides just me once every 2 weeks, which is I spent the morning looking through all of them.
You could get a Twitter, Sam, and then you could just do Twitter.
And if
I
you
have
don't,
a
if you
Twitter.
don't have a Tumblr, just go to our YouTube page and like all our videos.
Just get a Tumblr, okay? And when you do respond to the questions I will ask after reading the responses, use SPG space hour space fan space respond as a tagline.
Does this come up? Do we have like a little button so we can put that on the screen?
No.
They
we're not
figured
doing
it
that.
out for this one. I got a bunch of responses.
Okay, let's read them.
So I'm gonna start with how did.
What was the question?
The first question was how did you discover SPG? Although that wasn't the first question, but that's the first one I'm responding to. And a lot of people, obviously, it's the people are responding through Tumblr. So a lot of people found it through the internet, via YouTube and Tumblrs and all that stuff. So I got a lot of responses about, oh, honeybee. In fact, I think this first
And
one.
pretty much all of them were Honeybee.
This one is very indicative of the answer that I got. Was Anime Duke said that they were shown the diamonds and honeybee videos by a friend, and that was a lot of responses. And if
See
you
that
throw-
diamond video?
Just working
Good
on it.
idea, David. You're right.
We did Honeybee. It lured him in,
Yeah.
and Diamonds keeps him around.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it just shows that we.
Or the other way around, whatever. We do diamonds catches them.
Looks
And
like-
we see the more meaty content like Honeybee.
It
where it's like just
looks,
more
looks
heart
like
and
we need to
soul
work
thing
on
with
more YouTube videos, maybe.
that. Maybe
What is
we'll be
this?
doing that.
You point to your eyes.
Don't point it out.
He's like, I'm the man with glasses. Listen to me. I'm important. With
Ballad,
these glasses.
Ballad of Bruce Wayne. Heard of SPG from a review by Phil Bunny. On the Bunny perspective, I guess he's an internet personality.
Yeah, he's an internet personality. Has a little puppet.
Just like Hank Green, I guess Hank Green was up there a lot. And MG Neos found artwork featuring the robots on DeviantArt, fan art, and followed that rabbit hole down to the source.
There's a lot of fan art. If you type in Steampunk Giraffe, you'll see so much cool stuff.
Well, speaking of DeviantArt, do you have DeviantArt?
I do, but it doesn't have anything on it.
Well, then okay, lame. Me and Bunny have DeviantArts, and you can find Steampunk Giraffe-related stuff and our own personal
Yeah.
work. So
and you can order prints too.
you can help support us financially and get a little
Just
piece of us.
word of caution: some of our artwork is pretty gruesome. So
It can be,
yeah.
yes. But that's part of the fun, right? Maybe. I don't know. Hakomashi. User Hakomashi has a group of friends who dressed as the robots and performed at a talent show. Little Miss Girl Scout stumbled upon our YouTube channel, and that happened a lot. A lot of people just randomly searching for stuff. For example, Ray Manzu stumbled upon us while searching for Asimovian robots on Google. And if you like, Isaac Asimov has a bunch of robot characters, I guess. And Ray Manzu was looking for it, and they found us pop up there, so we infected Google somewhat. Also, I should mention that Ray Manzu was actually the source of a lot of other fans finding the Steampunk Giraffe band. So thank you, Ray Manzu. And vegan power forever!
Does he like bump us or something? Or?
Ray Manzu did, apparently. There's like 3 or 4 fans said, Ray Manzu introduced us to Steampunk
Well,
Giraffe.
I
Tell
don't
me.
know, but it's awesome.
He or she. I'm not denoting gender with these because I don't want to call someone what they're not and have an embarrassing moment.
But the
for myself.
spine's pants. That's obviously a man.
However, this next one is Ali Boomer, user Ali Boomer. That's her real name, and it's kind of interesting, and she has her photo, so it's kind of funny to have someone who's actually using their real name
No,
and
it
stuff.
isn't. Mine is David Michael Bennett. That's my Tumblr address.
His
Oh.
real name is Irving Fitzgerfen.
Jerk from
Oregon.
Wog. Allie Boomer looked us up because she was going to VidCon and she saw our crazy picture. And yeah, I remember her from VidCon because of her crazy last name, and I think she's going to be an anthropologist, or she's studying. So good luck with that, Allie. AK Sarah, this isn't How Did You Discover, but she created a 12-step program to immerse yourself in the SPG fandom. So, I don't know, search
Pretty
for
soon
that.
we're going to have a 12-step program to get out of the fandom.
fandom, yeah.
I can't stop playing Honeybee!
Don't worry, we got Honeybee 2 on the way in the next album.
The movie.
Honeybee
the movie.
I'm still sad, dude.
Still really sad.
I like
But this dance right here is still working pretty well for us.
It's like a dream come true.
I
Honeybee too.
like this username. It's
We
username is
record that. That's actually pretty good.
Hello, it's your drug dealer is the username. I think that's
Okay.
pretty funny. Found a hot picture of David,
That's weird.
and then listened to the music of
Well, they must be in another dimension or something.
So I just want to say thank you for this.
Well, I don't know what I did. Maybe it's...
I don't know what I did.
I mean, all I do is put makeup on.
I
A
know.
lot of it. I cover my face in makeup and then
Maybe it wasn't even.
Well,
a
they said
picture
it
of
was.
the
They
spine.
said it was a hot picture of David. They didn't.
It's
say
probably
it.
just
Everything's
you with
fine?
your shirt off or something.
Yeah, okay. Hot picture of David. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's me. Look at
This band has got hot sex in it.
It's all about sex appeal, obviously.
Mrs. Evil Teddy found SPG through searching Professor Elemental in the Tumblrverse. Adar Hesynth was introduced by their knitting group, apparently.
What? That sounds like fake.
That's real. It's real.
Wow, people knit still?
So
I'm
there's this
joking.
band
Look-
I found. Look at this video. They've got the robot moves, but they're also robots.
Boy, knitting is boring. These are the last.
I'm knitting myself a noose right now. Here I go. I'm going to end it right now.
No, that's great. Knitting is very therapeutic.
Yeah.
We didn't just hang. We didn't pantomime hanging ourselves just now.
We do endorse humor in any form, so be wary of that. These last two, I think, are the ones that stood out the most. Broadway Ninja 8588. Their drama teacher showed the class SPG to learn about pantomime.
Wow! Thank you, teachers.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah.
That's an honor.
This is what you kids should be doing.
Why can't you be like them? You all suck. Look at their sweet moves.
They went and did something with their lives.
I'm quitting this.
What are you
teacher.
doing? You're just in high school.
And then finally, this one is the best. Rose Dancer 27. Okay, well, it's not. It's
You
not
said it was
really
the best out of all
Okay,
of them.
listen, look.
The
Rose
others just
Dancer
ignore
27. X to use the song Honeybee as a breakup song.
Oh wow, that is terrible.
I love it.
But kudos.
And thank you, Rose Dancer, for sticking by the band that your ex dumped you with.
That doesn't make sense because the person in the song is obviously the one being dumped.
So like, if the ex gave her like a tape or something, and like, can you learn this and sing it back to me? That's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel that way, right? That's how it should be.
I guess.
I'm sure that
That's how it should be.
I'm sure that Rose Dancer 27 is much happier now.
This is what you're gonna experience. After
So pretend I'm you.
All right, so the other question from last week, a lot of fans, it was, what does steampunk mean to you? And a lot of fans gave me their definition of steampunk, which is a very obscure thing. And also a lot of fans stated that Steampowered Giraffe was their gateway to the steampunk world. They didn't even know what the heck it was until.
The gateway that leads to this 12-step program to get out.
To get that leads.
To get
It's
help.
the gateway that leads to 12-step program to get into Steampowered Draft to get out of Steampowered Draft.
Yeah.
To go to the 12-step
No, the
program.
12-step program to get out of Steampowered Giraffe fandom hasn't been created yet. So we're still waiting on that.
We kind of need you
Please
to
don't.
be addicted, otherwise we don't.
If this next album doesn't do well, then we're probably that's it. That's over. It's over then.
That's right. Use guilt and
Great.
All right, so what is
No one's pre-ordered it at all.
We're not offering pre-orders. We're not going to do pre-orders on the album. You're just going to buy it when it comes out. Here's the thing.
I really like the idea because it'd be
It's
cool to
going
have
to
this
come out
graphic.
the same day, so you get if you want it immediately, you download the digital version, and then you order the CD, and then you'll be able to listen
I
to the
really
digital
wanted
version
to make
until you wait
this
for the CD to
little
come.
like graphic, 'cause, you know, when like games have their new collector's edition coming out or something. You're like, oh, I really wanted to do that. Like, oh, pre-order it now, and we'll include something. Or and then
We don't want to do
can't.
pre-orders. We needed
That's a lot
to
of
in the
work.
We don't have a
past, but
system. We don't have a system to
We
do
did
it.
we did it for the last album, but we have the funds to manufacture right now, so we're just going to make it. So to support us even more, buy the digital version when it comes out day one. We'll let you know that date as it approaches, and then that same day You can also order it from our website, and it'll ship out to you in like a week or two.
Yeah, and we're still figuring out like options, like if you want to maybe buy the digital, just buy the art book or something. And so there's going to be, we're trying to figure out ways around pre-ordering and stuff that's easy for us, and make sure that you will get your music and whatever else you want from the Steampowered Drive.
Right. The important thing is to buy the CD and the digital version, and then
And
also
then,
you know
the tea cozy.
any engineer tiers will also be able to listen to it as well. So.
Sorry, you were
No,
talking
no, it's
about...
fine. Steampunk, what does it mean to you? Here's some specifics from fans. Chicken White likes the idea of creating cool things without having to worry about the logic behind them. I totally stand by that too. You like to create stuff, you don't want to worry about how it works, it just looks cool on paper in real life.
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Vita Von Venom doesn't like conforming to society's ideas of how a businesswoman should look, and feels more comfortable dressed in steampunk attire, and uses the steampunk aesthetic to flavor her burlesque act, apparently. So, Vita Von Venom. Avenge the Automatons enjoys escaping into the creative and inspirational community. I got that a lot. A lot of the definition of steampunk is creative and inspiring community, and everyone's getting together. I was more looking for what does it mean to you personally, like what is your personal tie to it, but that doesn't matter. Lovely Phantasmagory didn't know steampunk existed before Steam-Powered Giraffe, and I got that a lot too. Steam-Powered Rocket enjoys steampunk because it's a genre that hasn't been done to death, and there's still room for innovation and new stuff. So, use your tearless reign, see steampunk as an optimistic counterpoint to contemporary sci-fi, which is a little bit more bleaker. So that's steampunk is optimism. AK Sarah has always enjoyed Renaissance fairs and D&D, and likes the immersion of steampunk, immersing yourself in real time into a fictional world. D-Bax, this is a quote, is valuing something old and quirky over new and shiny, and that could be said for a lot of stuff that we're kind of glazing over in modern society.
Hey guys, the PS4's coming out soon. Whoa, throw that PS3 in the garbage.
No way, man. I'm playing my Nintendo 64 when I go home.
Hot, sexy PS4, so sleek, new and shiny.
And this is a special one. Savannah Hollow answered both questions with one simple sentence. Steampunk means family and safety. Furthermore, SPG is home. And I feel like that was combined emotion.
It's a good closing
Combined.
point.
Oh no, I'm only halfway through.
Oh.
No.
What time we got? Anyone have a...
That's it.
We done? We
No,
done?
no, not yet. A few tumblers confessed.
We have 1 minute.
Wait,
no, we're a little...
A few tumblers
behind,
confessed not
aren't we?
liking it, steampunk, but still liking the band. I got a couple of questions to fan questions.
We have like 3 minutes or so.
Okay.
Slow it down.
Do
Sam.
it.
All right. The first question for answering, send in your questions to SPG
Send in
space
your
hour space.
questions, your answers.
Send in your responses to Tumblr SPG space hour space fan space respond, and I will be sure to look at them and get as many as I can condensed and put up on the next episode. The first question: what advice would you wish to pass to your younger self, if you could? Or to just younger people in general. Something that no one really taught you and you just kind of figured out. You're like, why didn't someone tell me this earlier?
You should just draw as much as you can, or do that thing that you think you're good at, and just do it to death, because you'll have much more time when you're younger than you do when you're an adult.
This is true. You don't
one
want to start
example.
learning stuff late in your life. It takes a lot more work.
One example. That's one example of what you could have, stopped. I wish I would have stopped picking my nose before it fell off, that kind of thing. So that's one. Another one is a question I asked the band. I'm now asking the fans. I would like to know 5 of your favorite video games and why. And it doesn't have to be, your top 5. Just 5 games that really stand out to you. And there's, a particular moment in the game that's the reason why it stands out in your memory. You're going through time. If you haven't played video games and the question doesn't apply to you, tell us why. Maybe.
What about your favorite board game then?
If you or any, whatever.
Tabletop or something.
Nah, let's keep it to video games. I don't
Fine,
wanna
video
read
games at all. All the other people just don't reply.
All the board game enthusiasts are, I guess I'm going back to playing Candyland. My time will come.
If you've never played video games, you probably don't have a chance at dating anyone in the band, so...
This
Sorry.
is true.
Sorry. Gotta play the games.
And my final question is, what numbered episode of SPG Hour will we be on next week? Because I really don't know.
Someone count it for
Someone
us.
count
it.
I
Now,
gave up.
remember, you have to go back to the live stream stuff too.
And we deleted some, so
You will not get a reward. I will mention your name on the next episode, but I can't give you fiscal.
Start with live
reward.
stream, count them up, see where it crosses over on the YouTube, and then count them.
we're gonna end this.
We just can't be bothered with that. And yeah, so until next time, Steam Powered Draft fans,
Goodbye.
send in some fan art. We'll show it.
Oh, I got an interview coming up.
Oh, damn.
You gotta go see it. I don't know when it's gonna be live.
Oh,
but
we still live?
I'm actually,
2 minutes ago.
I'm actually
yeah,
doing
talk
it,
about
like maybe in an hour or so. So
An
yeah.
LGBT.
LGBT.
interview.
I'm doing 2 of them this month, so it's weird.
We're gonna post as soon as those are up. We're gonna post links to wherever we can.
Yeah.
Probably on Tumblr.
Unless they're really bad, and I'm just gonna
They're not gonna
act
be
like they
bad.
never happened.
People will like it, whether it's bad
Yeah,
or
we'll
not.
see. So anyway, there's that.
So long.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. Ha.